If sailing across the Mediterranean has always been on your bucket list, and you've wanted to visit places with names like Santorini or Corfu, or maybe you've just found it and you think, that's what I want to do, stay tuned because today we'll be talking about taking a Mediterranean cruise with Princess Cruise Line. Hi, I'm Jennifer, owner of Canopy of Stars Travel, a boutique agency specializing in custom curated vacations. And I'm so glad you're here today because we're going to be talking to Jessie, one of our travel advisors who just got back from the most amazing Mediterranean cruise. Now, if this is your first time here, please drop a hi in the comments below so we can welcome you. And if you've been here before, go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you know when we release more information. Now, if you've always dreamed of a Mediterranean cruise, or like I said, maybe it just came up on your bucket list, then let's listen and see what Jessie has to say about her experience on the Sun Princess. Hey y'all, we're so excited you're with us today. We're going to be talking all things Mediterranean cruising with Jessie, who just got off a ship. Now, what ship were you on?
I was on the brand new Sun Princess, which was literally a dream come true. It was so perfect and beautiful.
I've heard so much about it. What were some of the highlights of the ship?
Some of the highlights were the amenities that they had. The infinity pool off the back of the boat was definitely one of our favorites. We would always usually come back from port. We made a couple of friends with some bartenders in the back. We'd get our Aperol spritzes, and then we'd jump into the infinity pool, which hung over the back of the boat as we sailed off into the sunset. So that was definitely one of my most favorite highlights.
That sounds amazing.
Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Other favorite things were O'Malley's, which is an Irish pub on the ship. So they have Irish music and dancing, and then it's just like a little Irish pub. So that was just really fun for a lot of people to gather at night. The piazza is absolutely gorgeous. That's one of the things that's well known across Princess ships. That's kind of like the meeting point. That's where they have different shows or different, musicians, Deal or No Deal. So just a bunch of different things all over the ship and something for everyone, which was really, really great.
Are there people for whom Princess might be a really great fit?
Yeah, so I definitely believe that Princess is a really great fit for multi-generation trips. So when you have, families across different ages, I think that it really depends on what you're looking for. Mediterranean cruises are really great for people who are on the go, want to be in an adventure. So definitely wanting to have a little bit more of that adventurous spirit for getting off the ship and checking out all the ports have to offer. But really, Princess is, I felt like overall very friendly across different ages. I'm a young adult. I saw, a more mature crowd. I saw families with young kids. So that was just really great to see that there was truly, again, a great fit for everyone on the Sun Princess.
How was the food?
Food was really good. So we elected to not have any specialty dinings,
Okay.
but every single one of the specialty dinings looked absolutely fantastic. They had like a teppanyaki place, they had an Italian place, they had a steakhouse, they had sushi. There's really options for everyone, but we just decided that we wanted to use our money in port, use it on excursions more. So we ate in the main dining room. We did kind of more anytime dining is what they call it. So you can go into the traditional dining room. You don't have a set dining time. So like the 5:30 or the 7:30 seating, you can choose truly whenever you want to go have dinner. So that was really great just because you're gone for a long period of time in port. Or you could just grab a couple of quick bites at the Eatery, which is the buffet that has a bunch of different stations. So they had pasta station, they had a Chinese station, they had literally everything that you could think of. The food was absolutely so good. And my favorite meal that we probably had was at O'Malley's. that is considered to be a casual dining. So depending on your package that you get, it may or may not be included. So we did have the Princess Plus package, which includes your drinks, your Wi-Fi, your service tips, and then it did include 2 casual dining options. So we went to O'Malley's one night. That was the last night, and that was probably my favorite food on the whole entire ship.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good. There was Bailey had fish and chips, and then I had the Guinness beef stew, and it was so good. And then they also had a little Italian pizzeria that was also a casual dining option. So there's really food for everyone. I'm definitely more picky eater, so it was just great to see that there's options truly for everyone.
Okay, going back to the pool, the infinity pool, I can't help but keep imagining, did it have like a bottom that was solid, or was it like glass and you could see like down?
The bottom was solid, and then the glass part, like where you could see like through the shit, like past everything, that is where it was clear. But it was like a nice thick like glass barrier, so you're not gonna fall through or anything. But it was just kind of cool. I mean, you're hanging off the back of the boat, and it was definitely a hot spot for all ages. Everyone really enjoyed the infinity pool.
Well, I can only imagine like being in the infinity pool. Okay, I don't love Aperol spritz. They're too bitter for me, but I love a limoncello spritz or a margarita. Give me those and I'm a happy girl. And the view, I can only imagine what that would be like.
Yeah, I mean, just especially when we were sailing away from Sicily in the strait between Maine, Italy, and then Sicily. That was super cool because you could see, mainland, and then you could see Sicily. So that was beautiful. And then as we went into the night, there's a couple of different islands that have active volcanoes. So then those are either...
Oh my gosh.
We didn't see any active volcanoes, only the smoke. So a little bit of a letdown because I was really excited. The volcanoes were super active like 2 weeks ago, like right before we went. But just so beautiful.
Now, how was the stateroom?
Stateroom was beautiful. So we actually had a balcony, and
nice.
2 of my absolute favorite highlights. Well, we were on the cruise when the Olympics were happening, so that was just super cool. So they would display the Olympic Games on the Lido deck. One of our favorite things, a part of our package, was that we had unlimited free room service. So towards the end of the night, if we were just super tired, we didn't want to go have dinner at a sit down, we would order room service and it would be directly delivered to our stateroom. So then we just have it on the patio of our balcony. So that was really nice to enjoy. I also loved that the Sun Princess has motion detector lights in the middle of the night. So if you wake up, there's lights that turn on, so you're not like trying to figure out where you are in the pitch dark.
Smart.
That was absolutely incredible. But the space and just how much storage there was so much storage. So you could truly fit, up to a family of 4 in that balcony if you really wanted to fit 4 people in that four-person balcony room. But the stateroom was just absolutely lovely. Our steward was so incredible. His name was Andy. He was so sweet. He asked just all the time if there was anything that we needed, and he really took care of us. And that was also something that I just loved about the Princess Cruise was the staff. Like, they were so beyond just willing to help, ask questions, get to know you. Like we said, we made a couple of friends with some bartenders at the infinity pool, but they were just so fun and enjoyable and very refreshing, which was really nice.
Yeah, the room stewards, I know people don't think about like the room steward being so important, but they're always such an important part of a cruise, like taking care of you. They're like they're like the face of the cruise line.
They're like your family, honestly. When you leave, you're kind of sad. I was like, bye, Andy, I love you.
I know, I'm always sad because then you got to come up. Like, there should be like a halfway home. Like, you're on vacation and then you get to go to some house where like maybe you cook a couple of meals and you have to make your bed twice a week.
That would be lovely.
Before you get home.
Yes.
Always like, that's hard. Okay. Yes. Now, I know that you have a goal of going to 100 countries in your lifetime, and I know you added to your list. Tell us about the itinerary.
Yes, so we left out of Athens, Technic Piraeus. I think that's how you pronounce it. So Piraeus is about a 30 to 45-minute drive from Athens.
Mhm.
So if you are leaving on a cruise out of Athens, I definitely recommend getting into Athens at least 2 to 3 days in advance, just to be able to fully experience all that Athens has to offer. We got in about a day and a half early, which was enough time for us, but we definitely would have loved to explore more.
Mhm.
So we left out of Athens, and then we had a sea day, and then we went to Montenegro, which was so beautiful and so unexpected. It was honestly my favorite part of the trip. Montenegro was just incredible, and I would love to go back. So we actually docked in Bar, and then we took a tour up to Kotor, which is about 22 miles north of Bar. And it's this just beautiful mountain scenery with all of these like fjords. It's like a fjord basically in the Mediterranean. And it's just such a cool, hidden, unique spot. And everyone should go there because it was literally incredible. And then we went to Corfu, Greece. We just explored the old town. We went to a little beach bar club, but definitely wish we would have gone to a beach. So that's one tip that I have. If you're going to Corfu, definitely book like an excursion so that you can go out like on a catamaran to visit some of the islands. I just felt like we didn't fully get to experience Corfu because we were mostly in town. So definitely get out of the city is my recommendation for Corfu. And then we went to Messina, Sicily. And also Sicily was just incredible. I loved every place that we went. I mean,
it's the Mediterranean.
Yes,
place.
Exactly. So then we went to Sicily. We ported in Messina, and we had a tour that brought us to Casamola and Taormina, which are both absolutely gorgeous places. Taormina was probably my favorite. It had amazing shopping. They have this 3rd century amphitheater, Greek Roman amphitheater that overlooks Mount Etna, which is one of the most active volcanoes.
Wow.
It's still used to this day. They just had the European Film Festival there. It was so beautiful. And the shopping was so good. And I had this most amazing sandwich that I will think about it until like I go back because it was so good.
Tell us about the sandwich.
It was a focaccia sandwich that we happened to stumble upon it right after we left the Roman Greek amphitheater. We had about an hour to just kind of explore and do our own thing. And I was like, let's just pop in here and get a sandwich. And we decided to split one again because we were both a little picky, didn't know if we were going to like it or not. And we got this sandwich and we split it. And we both looked at each other and I was like, holy cow, this is the best sandwich I've ever had in my life. And we tried to run back and get another one, but there was not enough time because it was so good. And they had just opened like 5 days before we were there. So they were really
that's neat.
New. They weren't even on Google yet. So I like screenshotted like where they were, and I'll be sure to recommend that to all of my clients because it was.
Do you remember the name of it?
La Focaccia.
That's good.
Italy. Yeah, I found their Instagram, so it's so good. I will dream of that sandwich every single night. So it was
now
so
I'm all
good.
like about the food.
I know. Well, you're in Italy. You can't go wrong. And then we went to Naples, which I've been to Naples, Italy before, when I was studying abroad, living in Barcelona. And that was really cool to be back. So we went to Pompeii, and then we went to Venturi, which is along the Amalfi Coast. So got to check out the different like limoncello places and
They're the best.
Exactly. And then the different ceramic shops. So I got my my list on my souvenirs was to get a olive oil dispenser. So I got that from there. It's super cute. I know.
Okay, I'm gonna interrupt really quick. You make a list of souvenirs you're gonna get?
Yes.
I knew you were my people. I do too.
My other list item was to get in the, like, it's really well known in the Amalfi Coast area, and the only place I actually saw it was when we were in Sicily, and we didn't have enough time to do it, unfortunately. But you can get a pair of like sandals customized to your feet, and we didn't have enough time, but I really wanted to do that, so I'll have to get that on the next Italy trip.
We'll have to go back.
Exactly. And then we ended in Barcelona, which is where I lived for 5 months in college, and that was just really exciting to be back and experience all of the different things and show my significant other, all of the things that I used to do when I lived there. So, and just great to see it after all these years. Only 5, but it still feels like it was just yesterday.
Oh, that's so cool. It's funny to me that they've got like the Italian restaurant on the cruise ships where they stop in Italy, because you're like...
Yep. Some of the people though, like just chatting with people at the pool or some of the bars or just the piazza area, one couple did say that the Italian restaurant was like one of the best meals they've ever had in their life. So I'm like, that's pretty good.
Good to know.
Good to know. Very good to know.
But like I said, the pizza place or having pizza in Naples where pizza originated.
Yes, exactly. It was so good. And I did have pizza when I was in Naples. I mean, if it's pizza, sign me up. I don't care where it's from.
Well, I'm always amazed that they bring out like one big, huge pizza, but it's for one person.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, there's no way I can eat all of this.
Yes, you got it. It was great.
So I know you mentioned one of your tips is to make sure that you have excursions in place so that you really get to experience the area. Did you go on any excursions that you were like, this is a must do?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard. Every place has just amazing places to see, things to do. Another thing that I really experienced, so I've been to Europe multiple times via land. So I've had plenty of time to do the things and experience. This was my first time visiting Europe on a cruise, and I've been on several cruises. This was my 9th cruise. Really, just again, another really big tip is finding and discovering like where you truly want to go on an excursion and try to only stay in that one place. A lot of excursions will have like 2 or 3 different cities, and that's just a lot to fit in one day. So that is another really big tip. So when we went to Naples, we did go to the Amalfi Coast and we went to Pompeii. My significant other absolutely loves Roman mythology. I love Roman mythology and just all of the things that history has to offer. So we both really wish that we had just spent our whole entire time in Pompeii exploring all of those things. When you are in Europe, I think that it's really a big priority to discover, what are the things that you want to experience, and maybe where are some areas that you really want to splurge in. So when we were in Athens, we ended up doing a private tour of the Acropolis, which was absolutely incredible. We used our supplier, Luxury Tales, and it was so good. They picked us up. They kind of did a little tour around Athens, brought us to a couple of different places that we were on the list, but we didn't get to it walking around. And then we went to the Acropolis. Again, it was just a really great experience because you have that personalized touch. You're able to ask those questions, and then it's on your time. So if you want to spend more time at the Acropolis, you can do that. Or if you want to spend more time at the museum, you can do that. It's really customized to how you want to spend your day. So when it comes down to picking tours and everything, that's really where our recommendations and the people that we work with are super important, so that you're able to get everything that you want to out of your vacation when you're on a cruise and have limited time or availability for options.
Yeah, we're so lucky that we've got these amazing partners all around the world, and Luxury Tales in Greece they're one of our favorites. They do such a good job.
Yes.
Okay, so we've talked about the ship, we've talked about excursions, we've talked about the itinerary. Any other tips you would give?
Oh my goodness. I mean, it's so hard to decide where you want to go on a Mediterranean cruise. That is one big thing. I think that when it comes down to a Mediterranean cruise, most Mediterranean cruises are very, very port heavy. And one thing that I really highlight when I am trying to talk to clients about their wants and their needs out of their cruise, one big question I always ask is about the boat. Do you want a large cruise ship? Do you want a smaller cruise ship? What are you looking for in those amenities on a cruise ship? And I do think that that is very important for cruises in general. But for the Mediterranean cruise, I honestly found that we did not take a full advantage of all of the activities and how large the Sun Princess boat was. So I personally would have been fine having more of like a midship. So it really just kind of depends, you know, what you're looking for again. But because our itinerary was so port heavy, we were doing a tour every single day. We were waking up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning out in the sun all day when it's 95 degrees in Europe and it's extremely, extremely hot. And then you come home back to the ship, you're exhausted, and then you do it all over again. So it really just depends. Those are maybe areas where you save some money and then you get an interior room. So it really just kind of depends, again, what you're looking for, what you're wanting to get out of the trip. Other tips, gosh, I mean, I could just
before you go to another one, I love that you do such a good job of taking care of the people who want to travel and asking those questions, because you're right. A big ship is great for some people, but a smaller ship, it's depending on what you want. And I love the idea also of down to like on the ship, like what package, because we know that every ship has different packages and amenities and dinners and but having that option of, well, an option could be to have room service in your room, because you're right. If you've been outside and it's been 95 degrees all day and you're hot and exhausted, because we know you walk 1,000,000 miles, that making sure that all of those options are available for the people that you're helping make, you know, vacation dreams come true. I just love that. You do such a good job with your clients and really crafting their vacation specifically for them, instead of just a cookie cutter, here's where you're going. Yeah. You're really good about that. Okay. One thing they should not miss if they choose to go on the Sun Princess. One thing that's a must do.
Oh my gosh. That is so hard. The shows in the Dome. So the Dome is this like brand new concept to Princess. Where they have shows in there. You can also relax there on the beach, on like sea days. It's kind of more of like a quiet area where the chairs are also a little bit more nice than your standard like Lido deck chair. So it's just a really great space. Like if you want to tuck away and read a book, or you want to just have a little bit more of a quiet space. There is a little pool in there, but the Dome is just really cool for all of different activities. They turn it into like a dancing area at night. So gosh, just so many great things. I mean, the Sun Princess was just absolutely beautiful. It had so much to offer, and it was absolutely wonderful. So I'd highly recommend it.
Well, if people want to get in touch with you to book a Mediterranean cruise on the Sun Princess or any other cruise line, how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can get in touch with me via email at jessie@canopyofstarstravel.com, or you can reach out to me on social media, Canopy of Stars Travel by Jessie.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today, Jessie, and letting us know all about both the ship and the Mediterranean cruise.
Yes.
We can't wait to hear more on your next adventure.
Yes.
As you can tell, Jessie had an amazing experience on the Sun Princess. Between the ship and all the amazing ports and tours and excursions she took, it was chef's kiss amazing. She would love to help you plan a Mediterranean cruise as well. I'm going to leave her information in the show description below so that you can get in touch with her if you'd like to. If you've gone on a Mediterranean cruise though, we'd love to know, what are some of your favorite things to do? What tours and excursions did you think were fantastic? And if you've watched this and think being a travel advisor could be really wonderful, I want to let you know that we are adding to our team. I'll put the information on how to apply and get more information in the show description as well. Until next time, I wish you well. I wish you safe and happy travels, and I can't wait to see you under a canopy of stars.